Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Fez. Let's continue. So, it is going to just be kind of an abrupt jump in with these levels. Alright, so this is, I think, the point where we're going to have to learn to jump and twist. Well, actually, no, it wasn't. I could have kind of easily simply twisted then jumped, and we're getting up higher and higher. This is our first level outside of our village, and we have these purple platforms that look like they move. So I don't know if that's safe to jump on or what. I mean, I guess we have to just check and see. Right. So, no real understanding of what the purple means, but you can kind of tell that the way this goes, I probably need to jump around multiple places. Something doesn't make sense there. Right. This rotates. Oh, this stays with you. So, my guy's falling asleep. Interesting. So whatever you're standing on rotates with you. Whatever you're not standing on doesn't rotate. Well, that's gonna be an odd, like, twist, certainly. So here you can see we have one on the left and, well, two on the left and one on the right. I'm doing something when I press downward, but it's not really meaning anything. But then when I rotate this way, I have two on the right and then none on the left. When I rotate this way, I have two on the right and one on the left. Interesting. And this door opens when I have two cubes, which I guess I do, because we got one in the previous area. So this isn't going to be super long at this rate, because it seems like we can kind of get cubes pretty easily. Now notice that there's a notch missing there, and all of these look like Tetris pieces. And I kind of want to wait until the sun goes down. There's a square this direction. So, and this is all purple, and I don't know if that means anything. It seems like it might take a little too long, though, to wait to see. We could press the back button and see if we found everything. Seems to indicate we have. Let me press the back button and then rotate once and then exit. Nope, it does not rotate the events of it doesn't rotate the world while you're in the menu. See, I see a square. None of these Tetris pieces that I'm seeing right now, though, seem like they would just magically match up in the sort of Tetris holes that I'm seeing in the architecture. So I'm still not sure. There's still some secrets here, clearly. Whoa, check this place out. Feels pretty important, eh? Let's have a look around, shall we? Oh no, no way. It's another door. I told you there would be a lot of doors. This one requires 4 cubes. This one 8. And this one's 16. This place is like some kind of important door place. Oh, I don't know. That's why you're here. Now go and find them cubes. Alright. It would probably be somewhat difficult, I would imagine, to try and have a water level based around this this mechanic twisting around. Oh no. Oh, and one more thing. If you press Y, you'll bring up your inventory. The inventory keeps track of things you find. Okay, now I'm done, I swear. So, we're definitely getting references to Zelda games. Oh, here's a door. Let's go in here and see what that does. So the cube is a hypercube, four-dimensional object moving inside of itself, and that was a loading screen. Honestly, I think even being an 8-year-old game, there really is no reason why this should have had a loading screen. That a remaster of this, which are all the fad these days, would clearly have this running perfectly with no visible loading. Hey, here's that water level. So, first question becomes, what happens if I go too far? Do I swim off the edge of the world? Or am I just kind of infinitely going further and further? Can I go downward or dive? Nope. I guess you just kind of, because of the perspective, you probably can get back really easily. We've got some frogs and different kinds of doors. Interesting fly-in effect. So what's crazy there is you walk in a door and then you walk out another door. You don't go into a building. So that's weird. So a black doorway. So where are we? Yeah, we've been to multiple areas. We need to zoom out. Yeah, this is utterly complicated, this. And it's going to take more focus and more intention now to run around and just make sure I know where I'm going and that is the right direction. Yeah, I'm just gonna serially harass the birds until I make them all fly away. Behold, a warp gate. But this one isn't working right now. You have to find other gates first. Then they'll connect you to connect one another. So shortcuts, which probably means that I have to do something in one area and then something in the next, in a very far away area. Notice that the background here looks different. We're not really getting just a black background with stars. Now is more of a dusk background where I can see other elements of the map. And then it slowly gets to a full black background. And the fly-in is sort of revealing itself. And look, there's a image of, it's like a full picture in that level. Interesting. Alright. Well, I guess it's a good thing that we have that map, because I think very quickly we would find out. Right, let me jump and rotate. No, that doesn't really do anything, does it? If I rotate this way though, that works. It's got something new it wants to show me. How am I supposed to get up there? What if I do this? What if I do this? What if I do this? Yeah, I honestly don't know if I'm ever gonna be fully capable of wrapping my head around some of these mechanics. Like they're a little too crazy. And that background is a little too bright. I imagine we're only gonna get keys in these treasure chests, which then makes the argument why have the treasure chest other than the Zelda nostalgia reason. I don't think I can make that jump in any translation. Like, if I was to jump in the air and then twist, I'm still in the same place. And I don't think that works. Yeah, I don't know if this is the best way to do this. What's this? This is a crate, obviously. You can push a crate by leaping on it. You can also pick it up and throw it with X. You can drop it down gently by pressing down and X. Alright, well, we see there's something over here that looks like a switch. So we open that by using the crate mechanics. You did it. You found the secret passage. Although, if we go back here and zoom in a little bit, we can see there's another treasure to collect. And kind of pretty obviously some other elements to collect too. So it would be a little foolish to not try and collect everything first. Let's see. Come over this way. What happens if I twist it this way? Down there. How dangerous is it to attempt to jump? That's the real question. Like, you can't make it. There's clearly something more. And falling to your death is a thing, which seems a little odd. But I guess that is one way in which they can ensure that you don't just cheat the system and find some shortcut to reach an area that wasn't planned by the game's creators. I don't know if there's any more collectibles in this area. Seems to indicate no, there's no more cubes. Just a treasure chest, so we'll come back later. And you can just kind of drop down and through a secret portal. And the secret portal takes us to another secret portal. Alright, we made it that far. We're getting bits of music. Can't say I hate music playing, because that was one of my concerns here, was that this would get into awkward silence. Doesn't it feel like there should be a way to flatten this and make this jump easier? Oh man, that's not great. We'll just jump from large heights. We'll have to kind of figure out. Crates don't smash snails. Also don't seem like they... Yeah, they don't seem to interact with switches if you're not holding them. Yep. It's a vaguely Asian music style, I would say. Alright. So we're figuring things out. At least we're figuring out the beginnings of things. So if you can go in the water and the water doesn't kill you, that tells me there probably is some reason to go in the water at some point. This is a perception shifting trick too. We should just test this and see if, yeah, it seems to me like you don't need to leave the crates on the switches, which is going to save us some time, certainly. We came from that one, so what did we just open? We opened this other door on the other side, which the crates seem to reset also. Right, so there is a full-on cube, like just easy cube. So there has to be way more than 32. You wouldn't just unlock a full cube if there was only 32. And I guess this is a warp gate. And I suspect that there is some audio to all of this. So we're gonna possibly have to warp gate because the audio is playing one place to another. Alright, now because of warp gates, it makes slight sense that that point would load. It doesn't really make that much sense. I probably have more than enough RAM for the entire game to be loaded at all times. Behold. Well, why did that not connect? That's questionable. It feels like the warp gate should have activated there, and yet it didn't. It's almost a blessing in disguise when you fall to your death, because that's saving you some time. But this is a whole different area, so I probably should be more focused on these central nodes to start with. Although maybe not. Maybe you should just play however you want to play, and when you get to the edges, if you can 100% an edge, then there's probably not a lot of reason to need to go back. Yeah, we're not looking for speedrunning strats here. We're looking for just what would be the approximation of a reasonable person's experience in their first playthrough of this game, and what they're going to get out of it and what they're not. Alright, well, seems almost like we're inside of a different skybox. We're like in a dense forested area. That was interesting. I walked through the door and it automatically twisted. We have a key, so we might as well use it. That might be a mistake. Yeah, by the looks of it, that very well may not have been the right move. You found 4 cubes. Now you can open that door we saw earlier. You know, the one just outside your village. Yeah, I could do that. Or I could just keep playing. Oh, this is no good. We've got crumbling platforms that reset. That's not too much of a challenge though. Anyone with decent platforming skills should have had no problem getting that. Now this will be the second treasure map we've collected. Which this doesn't really seem like this is going to tell me much until much later in the game. If anything, it kind of looks like the Mist numbering system, for the sequel to Mist Riven, the Dunning numbering system. Interesting how it knocked a hole in the entire skybox and universe when I broke those crumbling platforms. Is there anything else down here? Doesn't look like it. Yeah. We've got everything we needed in this section. There's no reason potentially to ever even come back. What's this? I wonder what this is. I don't really have any abilities, so other than just as a way to gain some height, I don't know what that would do. And Our little Navi doesn't seem to know what it does either. And yeah, again, another room that really has nothing in it. We're definitely going to unlock some new ability. This is like a graveyard. I feel like we came out of a different area than what we went into. Yeah, some things are weird here. That was not the building that we entered. Is there a way to get higher? There's only one door on this side. We went in here. We've rotated around. And yes, that's a different place than where we came in. This is weird. Gomez, watch out. Black holes. Black holes are back. Without the hexahedron, the world is growing unstable. Space can only be folded so many times before it rips. Well, is there something that the black holes would help me with? Seems like I can kind of touch the black holes as much as I want. That they're unimportant. There we go. Up we go. Oh. It seems like it's a pretty nice checkpointing system, which then makes me kind of question the need for the auto-saving system. But whatever. I would almost argue that this four-dimensional cube isn't even depicting itself particularly well. Like, that is graphics card technology that in modern time would use like a ray tracing simulation or actual ray tracing video cards to make it look way fancier and way nicer. So we've got another one of these. I wonder what this is. Yeah. I can't do anything with them. They're just teasing. It's an interesting kind of free-flowing experience we're having here, because like clearly they want you just to wander around and get a general idea of how to get around this world, which seems to be larger than one would assume. Do I want to go up here? Like, I hear a collectible up there, and I guess I might as well. Right, if I'm up here, I can jump up to that. And then if I'm on this tree, is this a door? No? That looks weird. It looks like a door. Get all the way to the top. This is one of those games where I'm very happy it has controller support, because this would not be an experience I would want to have if I was doing it mouse and keyboard. See where this door goes. These episodes are just going to be very flippant, aren't they? So, what does it mean? I can't remember. So I may have gotten somewhere really, like, really important. And let's see. Alright, so gently put this down here. Grab this. And how can we build a tower with the mechanics that we have? A jumps, Y brings up that, X throws in kind of an awkward fashion. I need one more. But you can't really pick things up like that. So this does kind of feel like you're just gonna have to awkwardly interact with all of these to try and build a pyramid. Right, there we go. It gets us here, which does absolutely nothing for us. And I guess we could look at the map and see, yeah, there's a secret here. None of these shapes that are here, I think, could be built with that. Well, yeah, there's 6 pieces, so in theory I could build all of these, and these may be the 6 different ways you could make a shape with these pieces. Is there something relatively easy we could build with that, though? Let's see. If we came over here and put down that one, and then we took this and put down that one, and then we kind of push. And do we have the ability to push multiple blocks? Yes, we do. So then this only becomes a problem on this one. Okay. Doesn't want to quite work. And I don't know if making a shape here really will do anything at all. And I don't know how close to making a shape you have to be. And I don't know if these all have to be on the same plane or what. Because that looks pretty reasonable. But could I ever twist this? in such a way? Alright, what if we were to... We need to get two of the pieces that are missing back here. So, grab this. This is gonna just be a huge waste of time. I can pretty well tell. Right, walk over here. I don't think that there's a great way to move this. Throw that way. Take this. Put it down here. Just throw it that way. Gonna go ahead and put this down here. So I think most of these now are on the same platform, same face. But also I could be totally wrong. This game does not want to really cooperate too much. Let's see. One down here on the front face. And then come over here, put that down. So now I think most of these are in the right place. Let's see. Sort of not. It seems kind of like where you're standing, if you don't walk, if you don't move around, where you're standing still does seem like it is affecting your perspective and the way things look otherwise also. Okay. So you kind of have to reset yourself to make sure you know where you're going and what you're doing. Now what? Let's put that down. There we go. I'm trying really hard and not really getting anywhere with this. Notice how it's sliding though, so I feel like the game kind of knows what I'm trying to do and is trying to help me somewhat. I've got everything on the same platform now, on the same plane, so it should, in theory, be... Well, I made a shape. Because I made a shape, I got some kind of dark cube. You found your first anti-cube. For every cube, there's an anti-cube. So there's 32 anti-cubes. A -1 for every positive. Anti-cubes are much harder to find than regular ones. So let's go back and look at this. We found everything here, but let's come back into this area. I guess the assumption also is that maybe anti-cubes will be in specific areas. I kind of wish there was a screenshot ability now, because that's going to be kind of hard. What shape did I make? I made this shape up here. So third from the bottom or top on the right column. I made that shape, and okay. That took how many pieces to make? 6 pieces. So I clearly can't do it again, and those cubes are gone. So now in this area, there's still things to collect. But maybe not as much as I think. Let me come over here and see if maybe this is an anti-cube door that loads. Doesn't seem like it. So that door doesn't unlock just because I found an anti-cube. Oops. I like this game so far, but it is really just variations on a theme, and I'm gonna have to be very careful, particularly since I've played the game The Witness, which is a lot of variations on the same theme, and had the also wonderful ability of having multiple areas, so if you didn't like or understand one theme, you could go to a different area. If there really is only 2 or 3 tricks in this game, and they're just laid out throughout the entire game, once I figure everything else out, this will be a breeze. So this guy says he can't remember what that is, which probably means I have to go back to all of them later on, if I was to guess. Seems like the door openings are indicators of whether I've been to a place or not. So I should probably try to go through every door, because there's no way in this game you would have not opened at least one door, and there doesn't seem like there's any way you can close a door. Yeah. So and clearly there's at least an achievement for harassing all of the birds. Right. And so this is a full-on new hub world that only barely connects, that has a warp gate at the beginning, at the top of it. So that's a decent amount of progress, I think, to make for today. And let's go activate the warp gate, and then we'll just kind of continue to wander around. There is something nice about how we haven't run into any major like difficulty getting from point A to point B. A lot of games gate their levels in a way that makes it more difficult than it really needs to be to even just get to the place. Let's see, yes, you found another warp gate. It now connects to the other warp gates you've found so far. Pick a destination and press up to warp. So what do they mean by pick a destination? And what is the warp gate? And another treasure map. Why does the warp gate not apparently work on every face? And there's a door that's open even though it shouldn't be open, it looks like. So yeah, let's look. Here we have something that looks a lot more like a actual location, whereas these locations must be in a place that I just don't recognize, like some kind of tree or something. So up with the D-pad, just magically teleports you through the loading screen. Is there really a good reason to fast travel all the way back here? Maybe, maybe not. It probably doesn't matter one way or the other. I had said before that you probably are best to just play however you want and go to a node, and once you got to an end, work your way back. A warp gate is effectively an end node that warps you back, so, or it's close enough. So I imagine maybe there's some other areas that connect, and there definitely seems to be some differences in size for these cubes, which implies that those go into different areas. But yeah, let's just keep it varied and run around and try and find as much as we can. Maybe there will be only 4 warp gates in the entire game, and maybe you swipe this around like this to warp to different directions, and you can see through the sky, through the warp gate to the sky of the other areas, which might be helpful too. Alright, good progress so far. Not running into anything unexpected or bad. a remaster of this would probably be pretty easy to just get rid of the loathing, maybe add some more content. Frankly, more content is the thing I think most people would want, although probably people would just want a sequel instead of more content in the original. But yeah, getting rid of the loading, re-releasing it on like cell phones and things. Fez very well may be on cell phones these days. Seems very doable and playable on things like that. Even streaming services and iPhone, Apple TVs and things like that. All that could work very well. But I doubt we'll see too much of that. Well, I guess it kind of depends. Like the publisher may still have the publishing rights to the game. So if they do, or they may have the initial intellectual property rights to the game, which if they have the publishing rights, they can publish it on whatever they want. But it would be probably a separate negotiation to make a sequel, make a remaster, or port it to a new platform. But if they have the intellectual property rights, then they could make a sequel, and probably at that point, while it would be a different negotiation, they very well might be able to port it to other platforms. So we could see another Fez game. Although I don't know if it really needs to be called Fez, because it is following a long tradition of naming games a one-word simplistic name, which is terrible. Like there's games, Control is another game that it's just like, give it 5 years and people will not be able to Google that name and find the game you're talking about. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.